Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Counter HD here, bringing us a brand new video today. We'll be talking about the Arizona Cardinals versus Seattle Seahawks game preview, part 2. So, with that being said, let's hop straight into it. Now, this is the second time the Arizona Cardinals will be facing the Seattle Seahawks. We will be playing them here at home in Arizona. Now, the Cardinals usually do end up going 1-1 against the Seattle Seahawks, and that has been the case for these past couple years. But this is a big game for us nonetheless. If the Cardinals can win this game, we'll be doing damage to the division head and also getting ourselves a win, putting us higher in the division, which is all around a W there. But it's a matter of how we do it. Now, in this last game against the Vikings, I honestly believe if we play how we did against the Vikings, we will win this game. Because you look at what happened last time we played Seattle 2 weeks ago. And what happened? We just couldn't score. We kept getting down there, came up with nothing, didn't take our points at the time we needed them, and just kept wanting more when we should have just settled. And in this game, we got what we wanted. We put touchdowns up, but we also kicked field goals. And so, obviously, we do want to be hungry. We do want those touchdowns. But if we literally can duplicate last week's performance, then we got this. And honestly, it shouldn't be that hard. I understand it's a division rival, but I mean, come on. The Vikings defense is way better than the Seahawks defense. But for some reason, last time they just had our number. And you know what? Sometimes it just be like that. But this is a huge comeback game for the Cardinals and will be a huge recovery for them if we can pull this one out. Now, Deandre Hopkins has shown that he is the best receiver in the league in these past 2 weeks. We're going to need to see another game from him this week. And honestly, it shouldn't be very tough for him. The way he's been performing, it doesn't matter who's on him. He's just going. And he's honestly Kyler's safety blanket. He just throws it to him. You know when it's going to hop, it's going to be a catch. 50-50 ball with Top is an 80-20 ball. But someone we do need to see is Robbie Anderson actually play. I mean, there's no excuse. Last week he had 2 weeks to learn the playbook, and he wasn't really out there. And so we really need to get Robbie Anderson in this offense and get him going, because just having A.J. Green out there is unacceptable. Having a receiver that just hasn't done it for us, and you literally traded for a new receiver so they could be your receiver too. And for them to just sit behind A.J. Green is purely unacceptable. So we need to get him in the offense now and use his speed. But I won't complain. Rondale Moore definitely stepped up with the game he had last week. You know, a touchdown, 90 yards. He was eating. And although we used him terribly in the beginning of the game, we were able to find how to use him correctly and just how to demolish their defense using him later on. Now defensively, somehow Seattle's offense has been extremely productive. And I understand they have DK and Tyler Lockett, but this offense is coming out of nowhere. They lost their running back number 1. Kenneth Walker comes out of nowhere and starts performing like one of the best running backs in this league. It's honestly mind-baffling how this offense filled with backups is somehow playing better than teams with full health. You know, and Geno Smith, I'll give him his credit. He has balled out for the Seattle Seahawks, and Pete Carroll is a great coach for what he's done with that team. But defensively, we're going to need to shut them down. Now, I've said it last time, and I'll say it again. Byron Murphy, he can shut one of their receivers down, whether it's Lockett or it's DK, but he's going to shut one down. Hey, that means we have one threat. And I do trust in our other DBs to step up and do that. But last time we played them, they did kind of get away with it. So we're gonna have to play better defensively. But also this defensive line. Last time we played them, it really was non-existent. And you know what? It's good that we're coming off a 3-sack game, 2 from J.J. Watt, 1 from Simmons. You know, get us in the right state of mind, but we're going to have to come in and we're going to have to put pressure on Geno Smith, especially with those mid-blitzes where we bring Simmons and Buddha, or just a DB in general. I mean, those blitzes were eating Minnesota up, and every time we've done them, they've worked. And so that definitely needs to be in the game plan, because Those do damage. And last but not least, Cliff just got to be smart. I say it every time, and it needs to be said every single week because he makes it need to be said. Cliff is back in a position where he's on the chopping block again this week. And especially against a division team, he's got to win this game. And if he doesn't, he's out. And so it is very important that we can come out with this game with the win, and it just starts with him being smart and knowing when to take field goals, and him getting that clock management right now in practice. Because every time we have to use a timeout or just take a 5-yard loss due to a delay of game, it's just unacceptable. And for a professional team, shouldn't be happening how much it happens to us. But this is very much a winnable game, and I do think the Cardinals can and will win this game. Now for my score prediction, it is a division game, so it's always a close one when we're talking division games. But especially with how the last one played out, we'll go 17-27 Cardinals. Now it's going to be a close game, but I do think Cardinals can come out with this and will. But that's going to be a video. Let me know down below in the comments your guys' thoughts on this game, and be sure to hit that like and sub button. And with that being said, I'll see you all on the next one.